Hey, how's everyone doing? It's Pete from Keep It Sharp. Today we're going to be doing some Wolf twice as sharp Okami Gold sharpening right here. Take a look. This is my mobile setup. I already did a video on that. I'm going to come back here. We're going to start it like this, and I'm going to move that forward in just a minute. I'm really getting frustrated lately because I'm going behind 2 or 3 sharpeners that are making convex scissors beveled, and they don't reestablish the ride line, and it's been getting my panties in a wad. So today I thought I'd deliberately have one here. I took my practice scissor, and this is another good way to show people that this is what you do when you're off or you have some spare time. So I actually just got off the phone with Wolf and was talking to them because I've considered going to a flat hone. But after some more consideration, I'm like, hey, my twice as sharp convex is really convex. I think just fine. And that's what we're going to do right here. Hopefully to help some folks out. Guys, we got to take care of our customers. And if we're doing it the way these folks are, you're doing them a big disservice. And you're doing the sharpener that goes behind you a big disservice. So this is why I'm doing it, because I'm hoping I can somehow help someone else, which helps someone, which gets back to these folks. So yeah, that's the biggest thing. Yeah, and it hurts your customer. How can you charge 30, 40, 50 bucks to sharpen a scissor and do that poor of a job? And I don't want someone saying that about me. I know a lot of us in the industry just say everyone else sucks and I'm the best. And I don't know if that's what they're doing, but I'm sorry. Now, and I don't do that. I try to say, hey, I just give the truth. Saying the truth isn't slamming someone. I'm like, they're missing steps. I'm trying to back it off lately too. But I'm like, hey, they're missing some steps. I don't know why, but the steps they're missing is going to make the scissor not stay sharp very long. And that's probably what's been causing the problems. So stand by. I'm going to move the camera. Okay, so we're back. Hopefully I moved up close enough. We can do some damage here. You know what? Maybe I should tilt it down just a little bit more. Sorry guys, I'm no pro at this. But I know I'm gonna help someone. So here we are. Deliberately took a scissor. I put it at, I beveled it at 35 degrees. The camera's up here. Hopefully you can see that big flat edge. And this was a convex student shear. Okay, so I'm deliberately putting myself through hell. Not just to help you, to help myself. But there we go. So that's already been done. And that's what I keep running into when I go into these salons here. I mean, a lot. And I don't charge extra to fix a scissor on the first time I sharpen for someone, because I don't think it's right for me to charge extra for someone else's mistake. That's just the way I do business, and everyone loves it. But if they keep using these guys, I'm going to be making a lot of extra money here soon. And I don't want to, I don't want to, but this takes some work. So here we go. We're in there. So you take your Wolf convexing clamp. Got to have one of these. I think you could get away with it it would be a lot harder if you didn't have the convexing clamp, but I do. So I'm at 35 degrees. Well, let's hold on. You come into the salon, here you go. Don't be afraid to use a Sharpie. I use it frequently. Shoot, I could add a little more light in here too, but don't be afraid. Boom, put a black mark on your scissor. It makes it so much easier when you're doing a scratch test. Let's do that, and then I'm going to add another light here. put your scissor in the convexing clamp. I do like they say, I do it right to the right of the hole. You can put it in the middle. That's what I do. Boom, put it on, do your scratch test. Here we go. Hope you can see this. Hoping at some point here, that's why I said I'll add some more light. Hoping you can see that. It says 35. I know it because I just did it. But that's what I'm having to do is hunt around and find what they left it at. And so boom, there's my starting point. I'm going to pause this, get some more light. I don't know if that's going to help or hinder, but let's keep moving forward here. So we've established our scratch test at 35 degrees. Now what I do is then I re-sharpen it at that 35 degrees. Okay? Let's do it. Light pass, feel a burr. I got it on the first shot, but that's because I had just done it. So you may have some chips and stuff if it's in this bad a shape in there. So you might have to do 2 passes or something, but you want to do your regular passes till you have a burr all the way down and all the chips in the blade or anything are gone. So we're there, boom. So then, now, if I wasn't having to facet this thing and do it, I would start reestablishing the hone line. But since I know this is a mess, what I'm doing, and I know they say you can just tilt it down a little, go across, tilt it a little more, and go. For this part, I want to be a little more precise. So I'm taking the clamp and I'm going from 35 to 40. Doing another pass. Put your thing in. I didn't have to take that out, sorry. But there we go. Let's do a 40 pass. Okay, take it off. I was hoping that new light would help here. I don't know if you'll see it, but there's just a little. Let's go now from 40 to 45. I know this is extra work, but it's gonna work. So let's do another pass. Nobody in the beauty salon is gonna know what you're doing. I've had them say, hey, the other guy only takes 5 minutes to do it. I'm like, so why are you paying so much? So then we have another one. Once again, don't know if you're seeing, I've seen people do this. Does that help focus it? Okay, so that's your 45. Now, today I was playing around. I went to 50. I'm gonna do that again right here. I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, it's gonna look terrible. You're taking too much off. No, it's reestablishing the convex edge like it should have. In that extra time, think about it. If you want to charge for it, you can. And I'm going to eventually, if they keep going with these guys that are doing poor work for them. Another light pass. You hear that clicking in the background? That's my dog wanting to come back in. I still don't know if this is going to work, so hoping you can see that, but I'll shut our machine off. I've already put some rouge on the wheel where we have our 3 side or 3, 4, whatever, how many facets I put on there to try to reestablish that. I'm gonna come over to you, see if yeah, it kind of looks a mess. It's not a mess. What you're seeing is the boop, 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 boop going on. So now you have to reestablish your ride line, okay? That's the other thing they're not doing. And that's why these scissors are having so many problems. Don't be afraid, if you're an old bastard like me, to use some magnifiers, okay? Now I can look at that real good. I carry an extra lamp on here. I got one on here. you know, guys, we gotta do good work. So yeah, I can see all that. So there's that. The way I do this is I use a 1000 grit whetstone for the initial. And I forgot I just soaked this in water and put it back in here. Good part is it's gonna work great. So there we go. So since we just sharpened it, the first few are pulls back to get the burr that I had forward. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10-ish strokes. Check it with your thing. Holy smokes. I got it there for sure. Remember, keep in mind this is a student shear, so you know, I don't know, that could, but boy, I put a huge one in. But there you go. So there's some there. You gotta, it may not hurt to use both of the wolf pads here. I'm using I think this is a 4000 grit. But I use that to finish it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You know, let me check it. Looking much better. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. So now we have our rod line reestablished. Okay. Now let's put it back in the clamp. See, tighten it. Okay, so now here's what I do is I go back to the 35. Boom. Set that back to the 35 because I know that's going to get that initial where I was. The bottom of at the top, but we're going to be flipping it. So, and then I'm going to use the convexing to fix it. So we turn it over. Don't let this machine, and if anybody tells you our grinder type machine can't do convex edges, tell them no. Yes, you can. You can do it quite well. So here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I start out with 10 pumps. Okay, I can look at it under my thing. Looking good, looking real good there. Probably gonna get that inside corner, get the outside. Couple more there, okay. Now I'm gonna tilt it up just a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Checking it out. Looking good. I don't always put extra rouge on. I'm gonna this time because hey, we're having to re-convex this thing. I don't spare any expense when it comes to the rouge or whatever the hell we call it. Okay, go a little higher. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Pull it out, check it. It's looking fantastic already. A little more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I start going back up towards the original set. What I find that also does is gets all that rouge that was on there back down to the edge. We have an amazing re-convex edge here. Holy cow. I'm going to leave it like that. I got a little bit on the tip. It doesn't hurt to go back. Like hit your tip, go up and down. Can you see? You can't see. Yeah, you can see my hand, I think. Give it a little there. Sometimes on the tip you'll see some. Oh man, that looks awesome. So I've had it where the scissor's kind of nasty. You can run this, keep tilting it and run that wheel all the way up. If it's a stainless silver, well, any color or whatever, you can re-shine up that edge with this too. So we're there. Boom. Shut it off. I flip it back over. Just like on the Wolf's video, if you watched them, if you got trash on there, that means you're getting up to the edge, okay? I got plenty because I put the rouge on twice. I don't worry about that. Okay, let's wipe it. Wipe, wipe, wipe. I always have plenty of towels. Wipe it clean. Take a look. Still got a little rouge on there. Oh my Lord. That looks amazing. It really does. I don't know how good this is coming out on the video, but that is re-convexed. It looks really good. I need to stop worrying so much, that's for sure. I can do that. You can do that with a Akami Gold, twice as sharp, with the convex clamp. That's beautiful. You know, I don't know if you can tell, guys, but look, all full of hair, not hair. I will sit here and it shaves hair off my arm. That tells me I've done a pretty damn good job. Okay, reassemble your shear. Now, if I was in their setting, I'd sit back down. I do the other side, which I've already done. I did this full test to prove to myself 100% that this is going to be good for the video. But I put my scissor back together, all the parts. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. I keep a little of the Wolf Scissors lube, which is a soft wax in a alcohol, or it's dissolved in the alcohol. That way when you put it on, and I try to tell them this, and what I do, another one of my little tips, I give out free bottles of this to people that give me 2, 3, 4 pairs of scissors. And then I go through this with them and I say, hey, it's a really good lubricant. It's a alcohol base with a light wax put in it. The alcohol evaporates off, and then you have a nice buttery smooth wax that does not attract hair. And they really like to hear that. So there we go. I put a little down in there, spin it, flip it over, put my other one on, put my click plate in. This is one of those little ones. I make sure, I don't know if this is me being anal or not, but I make sure it sits in there on that little square base. I make sure it's already there. So later it isn't going to line up and make the scissor loose. The only callbacks I get, well, 99.9% of my callbacks, which there's been 2 in the last 4 months, maybe 5 months, were for loose scissors where a washer wasn't seated. It got loose. And of course, the first thing they think is, oh, the sharpener. And I'm like, I always say, don't worry. That's my guarantee. If something's not right, I come back and fix it for free. They love that. And I think it's the right thing to do. Boom. So I am getting a very tight. I don't know why. So we're going to loosen it. I can't believe. Then I put a little oil right back here where the ride line wraps around the back. Work that a little bit up front. Work it. I got a little extra there. Use your rag. Get the extra off. Then I do the, see? Now it should fall right in about here. Halfway to 3/4 when you got it set right. And then you wiggle. I'm sorry, I'm not doing the wiggle. Open and a wiggle. That helps seat that washer. Then better check it after that. See, look, I'm still a little tight. We're going through the whole thing here. Boom, look at that. Like I said, this is a student shear. So I'm going to say that's good, but I like it when it falls right about there, okay? Then I do, oh, look at this, underneath, I have one of those, these are those little sheets, I forget what they call them. They work really good. I just dropped the customer's shear. I never do that in front of the customer. Thank God, it's just nervousness on camera, okay? I first do a cut test with it dry, and if there was any burr left there for some odd reason, I always carry a little water. Now we do our wet test. guess what? See, I've done so much. My tips are open. It felt funny on that. Now, there's a million ways. I am not a scissor bender. I hate it. I'm afraid of it. I've broken handles in the past, not on these, on medical shears. So I try to do everything not to bend a handle. But if you're at the bottom of your bumper, you're in a handle bend situation, or you got to tell them the scissor's done. But I just take it on the wheel. See how there's some, I pull off that extra, check it again, check my tips. Feel good light. I'm almost there. Take off my extra, check my tips, it's closing now. We're good, still got a wet paper here. Look at that, it feels terrific. That scissor's done. I have a little polishing rag. I polish it off real good. If I got a bunch of scissors, I may set this, or I may walk up, present it to them, say, here you go, and you're done. And that is a fully convex shear. It's been restored. Or you don't have to do that much work if you're starting with one that's properly convex, or it's a brand new shear. But that's, to me, is a worst case scenario. I think Glenn at Wolf would be proud. I'm going to be talking to him tomorrow about this. So I kind of already fixed some of my fears, and I just had to do one extra step. I went and did that 50-degree, I think we did that, didn't we do 35? Because that's where it started. It doesn't always start with 35, folks. That's it, but that's someone who's beveled a damn convex. So I start wherever it is. It was 35. Sharpen, 40, 45, 50. Then I start polishing. And it's really, I don't think that took that much more time. That's why when I started looking back at flat homes, I'm like, I think it's the same amount of work. So I'm like, why the hell am I going to spend $3,500 on one of those when I got my $1,000 twice as sharp that keeps doing fantastic work? Everywhere I go, the people are like, oh my God, this is the best sharpener I've ever had. Don't you want to be that kind of sharpener? But I don't want to let my ego get out of the control. So I just say thank you, it warms my heart, and I keep practicing like this to get better. And that's it. So there we go. That's sharpening a convex scissor with a Wolf twice as sharp, Okami Gold. I don't know how we were really supposed to refer to that, but whatever way, twice as sharp. Most of the guys in the industry just call it, or a TAS. That's what they're talking about, twice as sharp. Anyone that says they don't sharpen properly, they're full of crap. I just did it right in front of you. I'd be proud to take this to any stylist, man or woman, and I think men are tougher on you, and show them. So how many, we're at 23 minutes. Sorry it took so long here, but this is how I go into a salon and do that, or a groomer, and do scissors, okay? Clipper blades I have to do in my shop, but everything just keeps getting better and better and better, and it's because I keep striving for perfection, and I'm getting close. Hopefully I'm getting close. That's